Hey, um, I have created a new stat for OSU stat keeping. It is called expected WAM or WAM, depending on which one you want to use. There's two of them. Um, so yeah. So first off, what is the purpose of the stat? What does it do? Right? Basically, the goal is to numerically assign like how much, how many points a player has created compared to the median player, right? Basically, if you replace the median player with this player, how many more or less wins, more or less points would you have, would you gain throughout any scale, any period of time, right? So that's what the purpose of it is. The reason I wanted to make something like this is it's based off WAR in baseball, but basically P-score is the main statistic used to describe performance in OSU, and it's great for a single stage or even an average across tournaments. But where it struggles is difference of time, right? So for example, if you're comparing 3 year span to 5 year span, it's easier to get a higher P score over 3 years. So it's kind of confusing to compare those. So that's um, why I made it and what it attempts to do. So what's the math behind it? We have WAM here and expected WAM here. The only difference is the denominator here. Basically, I'll start with expected WAM because that's the one I like better. For every map that a player plays, you are going to take the score that they got, subtract the median score on that map for that stage, right? And then divide it by the median score difference of that map. So what that is, the median score difference is, say for example, everyone in a round played no mod 1 and the winning team always scored 2 million points exactly, the losing team always scored 1 million points. The winning team will always win by 1 million. So that's your median score difference, right? The score difference is 1 million for every pick. So the median is also 1 million. So that's what that is. So basically, so then let's say the median score is 500K, you scored 800K. Um, you scored 300K above average or above median, and then divide that by the median score difference of 1 million. You have a zero point 0.3 expected win for that pick, right? You've generated you've generated an expected zero point 0.3 wins above the median player. The only difference with regular WAM is that instead of using the median score difference across the stage, it just uses the score difference for that specific match, which can lead to some weird results as you see later. So I don't really like this stat, but um, it's there, right? So basically, like for this one, say everyone like the median score difference was 1 million in your match, your team won by 500K. You still had your 800K, so same median score. So your 300K above median is now worth zero point 0.6 WAM because the denominator is different. Um, so that's what that is. That's the difference. So if you look at here, this is for OWC 2025, sorted by P-score, but you can look at the WAM, expected WAM. This is actual WAM or expected actual WAM. Basically, what it does for every map, it looks at your WAM and expected WAM. If it's -1 to 1, you get 0. If it's -1 or less, you get -1. And if it's 1 or more, you get 1. So it's basically saying, did you actually generate a win compared to the median? So like if your score was replaced with the median, would it actually affect the result? Not like in theory, no decimals, like literally was your performance what won you the pick? And so that's what that does. So you can see it's usually a lot less extreme than your WAM because there's no decimals to work with. Um, so yeah, interesting things to compare. It's WAM is kind of all over the place. Like for example, Malashevsky and Imrek have very similar expected WAM, right? But their actual WAM or their WAM here is very different just because they played in different lobbies and the score differences were different, right? So um, I don't like to use this one for a large reason. A big thing is if you look at this wheelie over here. Negative 71 compared to 0 is crazy, right? And what I'm expecting the reason for this is that they had a map where the score difference was like 2,000 or something, and they were like, you know, 100,000 under median. That's negative 50 all of a sudden, right? That's negative 50 wins, right, from that one map, which, that seems a little, a little far-fetched. But I do prefer probably actual WAM as a stat over expected actual WAM because this is, what actually made a difference. So these are kind of the two that I would like to use. Um, to wrap this up, I just want to say I don't think this is anywhere near a perfect stat. I don't even necessarily know if it's a good stat, right, to use, if it's reliable at all, or correlates to anything at all. The main reason I'm making this is because there isn't really a cumulative stat for this purpose. Like, there's nothing that achieves this purpose, and so I just wanted to put this out there so there's at least something, and then maybe someone who knows what they're doing can pick this up and say, hey, I have a better way of doing this, and then they can do that, and then boom. So yeah, that's what this is. So yeah, thank you.